Good afternoon, everyone. It's Tractorman 44 here. Hey, it's that time of year again. It's time to take the forks off of the tractor. Of course, I didn't have to do this last year because I just made this set of light-duty forks for this little tractor this year. But at any rate, it's time to get ready to butcher beef, and so it's time to take the forks off and then put on my pork lift. I've got a pig poker or a prod, if you will, that goes on the front of the bucket for lifting the halves of the hogs into the cooler, out of the truck and into the cooler, or the quarters of beef. Now, if any of you guys have ever wrestled around nice, warm, freshly killed halves of hogs or nice, freshly warm quarters of beef, sometimes beef can weigh 130, 140 pounds per quarter. Well, if any of you guys have wrestled that around, you know how aggravatingly difficult it is to get a bear hug, a bear grip on that, and hold it nice and secure while somebody else gets the hook hooked onto the bars. I ain't getting any younger, and so I come up with this pork lift last year, and it served us well for the first beef. This is going to be the second beef coming up. But at any rate, I've already taken the plates off the back and everything, so it's time to go ahead and pop this guy off of here. Like I said, that's a 3/4 grade 8 bolt. Holding that 1/2-inch clip on there. This is a 3/4 inch grade 8 bolt holding this 1/2-inch clip on there. It's nice and secure. Sometimes if you hit something, it'll slide to the side just a little bit, but not too often. And then also this just slides up the back of the bucket, drills through the bucket, and I've got a reinforcing piece of 1/2-inch iron plate that goes on the inside of the bucket to sandwich these two pieces together like that, so it doesn't put all that stress and strain just on those two bolt holes. So you can see I kind of bent this one a little bit. Doesn't matter, it's only light duty, who cares? But I plan on reinforcing that just a little bit to make it a little more sturdy. But at any rate, with the forks off, now it's time to go ahead and put the pork lift on. I'm just going to bolt with 3/8 grade 8 bolts right through the base of the bucket bottom. This is only the second time I put this thing on. Piece of 2-inch black iron gas pipe and some blower shaft up there, or big bolt or something I ground down to a reasonable point. Get your line-up punch. Now, this is just a variation of a jib on the front of a loader bucket, or it's a variation of a bale spear too. But what I do is I put them back bolts in back there. Kind of elevate this a little bit. There we go. Yeah. See how much I can elevate it. That way, a lot of the stress, whenever we have the quarters on here and out about 6 or 8 feet, a lot of that stress is put on my on the lifting eyes and not just on the bottom of the bucket, causing that bucket to flex. At least that's my thought anyway. Now they got the chains at the right angle. Go ahead and put the other 2 bolts up here in the front. tighten this thing up super, super tight. Lock washer. By elevating the front of that bale spear like that, then tightening up an extra link on these chains on the side hooks on the bucket, you saw that it had a pretty much of a height difference right here on the front than it was from the rear. That's because I left the rear really, really loose so that we get that give in it that would allow us to take up that other length. And then pulling it down like that has really put some nice tension on those chains. There's no way it's going to give or anything like that. But then again, these quarters don't weigh all that much. But then the weight of your load is exaggerated whenever it's out there. You know, from the pivot point of the bucket, you know, it's out there a pretty good distance. You know, 6, 7, about 7 feet or so. So is this the absolute best system in the world for taking quarters out of the back of a truck and putting them in the cooler? Probably not. But you know what? It sure was easy on me last year. I didn't get all that greasy all over my coveralls and everything, you know. Didn't get my hands all slick and everything, you know. And so it really worked out fine, and I'm anxious to do it again, and we're going to be doing it very, very shortly. Because like I say, we're gearing up for it. So if y'all like a little meat cutting, I'll probably get to do a little video on the meat cutting. Don't have the time to actually stop and really film and detail everything. Just don't have that luxury. But at least I still get a little bit of video on the actual meat cutting and packaging. So you know what? Hope you all enjoyed this. We're ready now for some meat. And this is TractorMan 44. And I'm out of here, guys. I got to keep turning the blower off and on. Keep the noise level down.